Hey there, welcome to the demo video for branded marketing agency users. In this video, we're going to show you a full demo on how to use Zano to source through represented talent. So Zano is a brand new marketplace platform that centralizes talent agencies. So we have a full collection of just represented influencers. So it makes it super easy for marketing agencies or brands to partner with talent agencies. So on our real marketplace platform, we have a little over 150 talent agencies on the platform with a collection of 2,700 represented influencers, mainly based in the United States or across countries in Europe. And in this demo video, we're going to show you through a testing account, so not a real account, but a demo account of what it looks like to search through the platform, what an influencer profile looks like, how to post a casting call, what it means to post a casting call, and partner with talent agencies through the platform. So never mind all the data in this demo video, it's just for testing purposes and for demonstration purposes. So without further ado, let's first take a look at an influencer's profile so you can see what data you could expect to see through Zano. So in this influencer's profile, the first thing that we see on the top left is their photo taken straight from their social media. So we do get live metrics and we do pull their photos live from their social media channels. And over here you have her name. These are her social media channels. They open up in new tabs. And these are the types of collaborations that this influencer is open to doing. So again, just to rephrase kind of how it works, a talent manager is the one that posts their influencer's profile in Zano. So they're the ones that are actually saying, my influencer is open to gifting, they're open to paid promotions, or they're open to UGC videos. And over here we have their location, the type of creator they are. So maybe they're an influencer, or maybe they're more considered a streamer. You could have here more UGC focus. So this is just the type of creator that they are. And this is going to be their niche, so their category. And over here we have some awesome tags. So just more to learn about the type of content that they post. And at the top right, we have the details of the agency that represents this influencer. So this is the agency's name. This is if they're exclusively represented or non-exclusive, talent manager's name, and the talent manager's email address. So at any point, whichever influencer profile you come across and you like, what you're supposed to do next is actually contact the talent manager off platform and through email. Say, hey, found your influencer on Zano. We'd love to hire them for X and Y campaign. Let's move forward with negotiating and setting up the campaign process. And that's the awesome thing about Zano, is that over 90% of the time you're going to get a very fast response because you're dealing with talent managers, not directly to the influencer, and sometimes the contact details maybe aren't accurate from their bio or whatever the case. Zano is very different because we're talking about the talent managers that represent these influencers. So they're highly prioritizing closing brand deals and closing deals that you're essentially bringing to them. So the response rate is very fast and very accurate. And the contact details are very accurate. So moving forward, we have over here the live metrics. So for TikTok, we have followers, average likes, average views, engagement we calculate on platform. We just take the likes and we divide them by the views. And we have the audience demographic data. So we have gender, location, countries, and age. And for Instagram, we also pull city. It's not coming up in this profile. Maybe I can catch another one, for example. Yeah, so in the cities, we have also like a deep dive for Instagram platform specifically. We also can show you their audience demographics based off of cities. So if we go back to this profile, we can also see that this talent manager put in the deliverable rates for this influencer on TikTok. So let's say you are interested in hiring this influencer, you know in advance that they're roughly costing this amount. Now, again, this is not something that we're doing from our platform or just guessing or assuming. This is the actual talent manager putting into the profile how much they would charge for this, for their own influencer. So again, very accurate, very real, very from the source. And here they could put more details about the pricing. So anything that they would like to explain about the price that they gave. And it's optional. So some profiles don't have this, but most of the profiles on Zano definitely do have rates because we just see things go a lot faster like that. For Instagram, I showed you what it looks like for the live metrics. Let's take a YouTube example. So this is what it looks like for YouTube. We have the subscriber number. We have the split between long form video and short form video and engagement rates. And then of course, audience demographics come through for every platform. Again, this is just a testing account, so some of the data is not pulled in 100%, but it essentially just looks like this. So we spoke about an influencer's profile, social media tab. The notes tab is just a little bit of a bio and who this influencer is. Every word here is searchable in the roster database. These are actually keywords that you guys can search through. Personal information is more details about where they're based or what language they speak, gender, name, etc. Just the basic things about the influencer. So that's the influencer's profile. If we go into the roster database, essentially it's just a collection of all of the talent agency rosters in one place. So think of this as a very large Excel sheet that you could sort through by TikTok following or Instagram following, YouTube or Twitch. You have the agency name here, whether they're exclusive or not, and contact details. You will never come across a influencer in Zano that doesn't have contact details, because essentially, again, the manager is the one posting their own influencer, so they are the point of contact. So we can of course search by keyword or by platform. We can filter by categories, so you can type things in here. It's very easy to navigate. You can also search by country, or you can click all filters and get into more details of search. So you can search by type of collaboration. If you're only interested in seeing influencers that are open to gifting, you could do that. You could also specify, this is one of our favorite filters, because basically what happens is with marketing agencies specifically, you guys partner a lot with the same talent agencies over and over again. So it's very useful to just filter for the specific talent agencies that you guys work with, and then see just their rosters and where and who they are. Instead of having to go and email them and get their updated roster, you have it right here at your fingertips. So if you've heard of an agency or if you've partnered with them in the past and you want to see their updated roster, you could just do that very simply through this filter. This is one of our most favorite filters. So that's the agency filter. Platform is the 4 platforms we support: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. You could filter by metrics. So if you wanted to filter, let's say, by amount of followers or average views or engagement rate, for any platform you can do that. And for YouTube specifically, we always separate between long form video and short form video. And you could also filter by rates. So as we saw before, a talent manager could put in the rate that they would charge for their influencer. So if you would say, I'm not willing to, see any profile that has more than X amount for an Instagram reel, then you could filter for that and see which influencer profiles come up. At the bottom, we have a bit more like category we saw before, tags. You can type things in. So like get ready with me, or any other specific things about content, you could type into the tags and see if it comes up. Language, gender, age, and exclusivity. So if you only wanted to see influencers that are exclusively represented, then you could of course filter for that. So that's the roster database. That's an influencer profile. This is one of the ways that you can search through Zano, where it's essentially a collection of over 150 talent agencies representing a bit over 2,700 influencers, mainly in the United States and Europe. So that's the roster database. The next thing I want to show in this demo video is a casting call. So casting calls are, you could think of it as like a job posting. So you would essentially put in all the details of the job, what you're looking for, what requirements an influencer needs to have, what the campaign would require. So what are the deliverables? What is the budget? And then what happens is that all the talent agencies on Zano receive email notifications about your casting call, and they open it up just like this. And what they see is a summary of what you put in, and this is their view. So this is what it looks like for them. They have it easily laid out for them: budget, deliverables, influencer requirements, any requirements for their social media channels. And then what they have down here is a button that says submit influencers. They click it, they just select from like a checklist the influencers from their roster that they want to submit. They can put in rates and notes, and then they click submit. It's that easy, that simple. And what you receive is also an email notification letting you know you can go back into the platform and look at your submissions. And this is what your submissions looks like. So all of the submissions in one place, all the influencers from all the different agencies where you can easily compare and review profiles. So you have the amounts that the agencies would charge, the agency name, any notes, the date that it was submitted, and of course, you could always click on into a profile and get more metrics, details of the influencer, just like we saw before. And if this influencer looks interesting to you, you could copy to clipboard their talent manager's email address and send them an email off platform and take the conversation from there. What's cool about the submissions table in our casting calls is that you could also filter here. So let's say one of your hard restrictions was, or requirements, was the amount of followers that they have or average views. So you have a lot of submissions. It would be very time consuming to go one by one and check that they all have the correct followers, right? So what we can do is very simply go into the filters, and like we said before, filter for a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of average views, and then click apply filters, and we'll only see the influencers from our submissions that have those metrics. Then from here, this is a much shorter, more manageable list that you can go one by one, open up their profiles in a new tab, check them out, and if you're interested in them, contact the talent manager. So that's essentially how to manage a casting call on Zano. So we spoke about the roster database, we spoke about casting calls. To create a new casting call, you simply click this new casting call button right here. You could put in the details of the campaign up here, so the campaign name, the type of collaboration it is, the budget you could put in whatever amount you'd like, and explain your budget a bit. So is this per influencer, per deliverable? Is it the full budget for the campaign? And then for deliverables, it's super simple. So if it's a TikTok campaign, you just select the platform, video, and you say maybe you want 2 videos. You can add another deliverable on, let's say, Instagram, 2, and maybe it has some usage rights you want to put. It has a draft due date that you want to specify or a post date. You could put in notes that it makes it more custom about deliverables. Influencer requirements is going to be the types of influencers you're looking for. So what niches do they have to be in? Let's say they need to be in the family space. Let's say they need to speak English and they need to be based in the United States. You could type more notes here again for customizing it. And down here are the requirements for their social media channels. So if it's a TikTok campaign and an Instagram campaign, maybe they need to have a certain amount of followers or a certain amount of average views. Maybe their audience demographics needs to be a little more focused on the United States or a little more focused on this age range, etc. So that's how you can fill out the casting call form. Let's just put a name here and fill this in so it creates it. And then once it creates it, again, it's sending this out to all the talent agencies on our platform where they can submit the specific influencers they think are a good fit for your campaign. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or you want to get started on a free 30-day trial, you could go to our website, zanoplatform.com, or you can email us support@zanoplatform.com. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.